It was a there were so many cases, like we have Ratlam municipality case 1977, but we have some cases in 1979 also. But the true rise of PIL we can see with SP Gupta versus Union of India case of 1982. Rise of PIL, SP Gupta versus Union of India 1992. Here verdict was given, PIL was referred here. Okay. So what is public interest litigation? It is a litigation or a court case brought by any person in the court if the matter is of public interest. So first criteria in public interest litigation will be not individual matter, but a matter of public importance. Can be heard by the court. At will. At will. By compromising locus standi. Means locus standi changes. By compromising locus standi. By compromising locus standi. The locus standi, this idea comes from a doctrine called doctrine of jus tertii, or doctrine of jus tertii. Jus tertii or doctrine of standing also, you can say doctrine of standing. This is judicial philosophy, that who are you? What is your standing? A victim or aggrieved can approach the court. This is Anglo-Saxon tradition. It's a Roman tradition, that only victim will approach. So victim may be family. Suppose a person injures, father approaches, sister approaches, brother approaches, a family member approaches. So who are you? What is your standi? What is locus standi? Sorry, I have to make correction here. Locus standi. Who are you? What is your standing? This means only a aggrieved person can approach the court, or aggrieved person's family members can approach the court. Anyone cannot approach the court. Anyone can't approach the court. What is your standing because of which you are approaching the court? This doctrine has been followed in our matter. I discussed earlier in our court system. I discussed earlier that suo motu cases are not taken up by the court. When the aggrieved will reach the court, then they will take up the matter. But PIL says that if matter is not individual, having some public importance, where victim is public, maybe children, maybe women, maybe some other sections, maybe society at large, then you come to me, court says you come to us, you file a litigation, we will hear you, and then we will ignore, compromise locus standi, that who are you, we will not ask you. So any person can file a PIL in the court. Any person can file PIL in the court. The PIL should not be concerned with individual interest, individual victimization, personal matter. It should be concerned with some problems of society, people at large, a particular section of community, etc., with which a person may not be associated. Court also said that you write a postcard to us, a letter to us. You write a letter to us, we will hear you. So here court brought a revolutionary thing. Why? Because in India, backwardness too much. People are in different parts of the country and they can't directly approach Supreme Court. Even different parts of state, they can't approach High Court. So if they can't reach the High Court or Supreme Court, they can write a letter. They can write a letter. So they can write, even postcard can be written. That means here court gives rebirth to epistolary jurisdiction. Epistles, here court gives birth to epistolary jurisdiction. Epistles term, EPISTLES, epistles, dharmapatra, letter written to Pope, ancient period, that some person was aggrieved by some happenings of the church, decisions of the bishops, then they could write letter to Pope. Pope could hear it. So epistles could be written, means letters could be written for justice. So here Supreme Court gives birth to epistolary jurisdiction. You write postcard, will hear you. There is no need to register in the bar, means you may not be member of Bar Council of High Court, Supreme Court. You need not be lawyer. No professional or legal qualification mandatory. There is no need for legal qualification, professional qualification, no mandatory. Even people without LLB degree can approach court and argue. So PIL was very significant innovation. You can't imagine, because of this PIL, the court given relief to lakhs of people, thousands of people at one time. Suppose poisoning in the lake and water gets toxic, health hazards to thousands of people because of that water. PIL. Court given judgment, stop water, make water purified, take steps regarding this. Thousands of people getting relief at one time. PIL on child labor. Crores of, millions of children getting relief. Bonded laborers. Lakhs of bonded laborers in different parts of the country getting relief. PIL is public interest litigation and it gives relief to lakhs of people at a time, otherwise could never have been possible. poor people, farmers, laborers, vulnerable people like orphans, old age persons, or physically, mentally challenged people, they all got relief due to PIL. Thousands of such cases came to court and hundreds of such judgments were given which provided relief to people who could not approach the court. Victim is not able to approach the court. Capable people are giving representation to them, and this is nothing but permeation, spreading of justice. So PIL, mass justice, PIL, spread of justice, PIL, representation to the poor, backward, marginalized, downtrodden, weak population. Now PIL takes various new aspects, new dimensions of human life. That those who are criticizing Supreme Court or court's activism, they say that it's a judicial adventurism. Means judges they have kept aside the law and they are enjoying adventures of human life. So they are hearing the case concerning the melting glaciers. They are enjoying how glaciers form, how glacier melt, what impact is created. So they are enjoying it. They are hearing the toxin coming from some chemicals. They are enjoying it. It's a kind of adventure they entered. Do this, bring this data, put forward what is happening there. Oh, bonded laborers, what type of them? Enjoying it. So in Australia, this kind of litigation is called social action litigation. So social elements, environmental dimensions, economic aspect. Earlier cases came individual matters, companies case, individual case. But now cases coming which are of social significance, environmental significance, science and technological significance, concerning morality, religion, or so many dimensions which court could never have come across, had come across. Now they are coming to deal with such a divergent aspect of human life that judiciary becoming part and parcel of almost every dimension or aspect of human beings living. This is a very good development. This is a revolutionary thing that courts are through PIL today looking into the environmental side of the human life. Like Delhi has pollution too much. Eyes start itching. I also face problem during pollution period. And court hears it. Court hears PIL concerning this. They give direction to Punjab government, do not allow parali, stubble burning, or stubble burning. They also give direction to other state governments, Delhi government, that crack upon the old vehicles or follow NGT guidelines. That means it is helpful to people, society, when administration fails, when government fails, when legislature fails. So PIL has given relief to thousands of people. Plus, PIL has strengthened media. Now, when media, investigative journalism especially, it got a boost with the help of PIL. Because the media gets lots of new issues, new topics, new dimensions through PIL, and they report it. Or media, if do not feel that their reporting is sufficient, they support some PIL to bring big change through judiciary. So investigative journalism is supported by PIL. Civil societies now get a new tool. Civil society could do what earlier? Government gives fund, they are spending, they are sitting on dharna. Now they have one more tool, file a PIL to bring this change. So they can now approach judiciary for society. under doctrine of standing or under doctrine of jus tertii, they could not approach court because they were not the victim. NGOs are not the victim by themselves. They are there for public cause. And if they are for public cause, they had earlier limited means. One more means added by emergence of PIL system. So civil society got a boost. NGOs got a boost. They got a new tool to fight their case, work for their case through judiciary. Clear? PIL is a revolutionary thing. It has created pressure in government. Government gets under pressure that PIL will be filed against this. So they become more active now. They become more cautious now. PIL is a means by which so many innovative things take place. Like if you say CNG in Delhi, it could be possible because of PIL. And I will discuss about it once again somewhere else. That CNG in Delhi, it came because of PIL. And because of CNG, at least huge relief to people of Delhi. Huge relief comes to them. So PIL is a very constructive, positive thing. It is an outcome of activism of the judiciary. But it's good. It's very good. It's a tool of good governance also if judiciary take it positively. No doubt there are limitations of PIL, like false, frivolous PIL cases are filed. And judiciary has to waste lots of time in those PIL. Interest group file PIL, they consume time of judiciary. To disturb government, PILs are filed. So false, frivolous cases are filed. Like one example I can give, some people come to Supreme Court. They came to Supreme Court, they said that our national anthem should be changed because it was written by Rabindranath Tagore to give salute to the George V when he was visiting India. George Pancham, we say. So, and that person who is filing PIL, he says that, yes, I have written a national anthem. He started reading in the court that this is my national anthem. It should be incorporated. Some people filed PIL on national anthem, said, why Sindh is there? Sindh is now in Pakistan. Why it's part of national anthem? They don't understand the significance of a national anthem or some very significant things of human life, and they come and waste court's time. So court has already lots of pending cases. Pending cases are increasing day by day. Judiciary works less. More burden with judiciary is there. Then they are hearing false cases, unnecessary cases. At least before rejecting it, they spend some time. That is waste of energy and time, and it compromises other important issues and business of the judiciary. So PIL has been negative. It has led towards, you say, adventurism, elitism, etc. in the court. Courts have been very much interested in cities, like Supreme Court judges are in Delhi. So Delhi related BRT, bus rapid transit corridor, was created in Delhi. So they started hearing case concerning BRT because it disturbed traffic. So judges also found it difficult when they were traveling here and there. So they picked city related issues. Roy, Mansingh, so many researchers are there who worked on PIL, researched on PIL. So they are saying that the judge were interested in elite issues of the cities, and they were interested in hearing those cases more. They used to reject the cases belonging to rural area. So elitism came, adventurism came. It's a kind of overreach, trying to reach where court should not reach, trying to enter into executive legislature unnecessarily. Their task is not to make law, but they are trying to make law. So judicial overreach, judicial adventurism, or elitism of the judiciary are reflected in the PIL. So PIL has negativity also, but despite that, there is need to filter PIL. There is need to bring some procedural changes in listening to preliminary study of PIL and then to accept or reject PIL. Court has also brought the punishment to monetary penalty to false for false PIL also. Despite that, PIL continues. So we need to see how PIL could be constructive, useful, how false, frivolous, time wasting PIL should be reduced, how judiciary should give priority to important issues, whether it is coming from PIL or the normal business of the court. This kind of constructive reforms are required. So this view when we say activism is good, so it's good. PIL we have seen, and I talked about lots of advantage of PIL, that it seems to be proved that activism is good. And naturally there are other group of people like executive and legislature, they say activism is bad. So how activism is bad? So I use some term, it's a kind of overreach. It's a kind of overreach. How activism is bad? Because it is based on the adventurism. Elitism. Activism also undermines democratic values. How? So in democracy, elected representatives should have power and they should make decision, they should govern, and judiciary try to usurp from those power. It's a negative thing. It compromises democratic value. Judges are not elected persons, they are appointed people. People have not chosen them. So why a democratically induced decision taken by non-democratically appointed persons? So it compromises sometimes democratic values also. Plus when judiciary so many times intervenes into functioning of legislature, executive, confidence in people regarding those two branches of government also comes down. So here it can lead towards undermining of status of legislature, executive, decreased confidence in people. There are some limits to which judiciary should be there, should perform. And we have very significant example that why emergency was imposed. If I go into analysis of the circumstances, there are various views on why emergency was imposed. The current reason was that Indira Gandhi had won election from Raebareli constituency of Uttar Pradesh. Raj Narayan had filed a petition in Allahabad High Court against Indira Gandhi, that rigging of election took place, means booth capturing or threatening to voters, etc. took place. So she got elected not by democratic means, by misuse of power. And that case was fought by, for Raj Narayan, the case was fought by Santi Bhushan, the father of Prashant Bhushan, lawyer. I have referred him. So his father Santi Bhushan was the lawyer for Raj Narayan. Allahabad High Court had given verdict against Indira Gandhi that she should be disqualified from the membership of the parliament for 6 years. So parliament had to start that process. In between, one agitation against government was going on in Bihar. Jai Prakash Narayan was leading that agitation. So Jai Prakash Narayan decided that this agitation, students movement should take place in Delhi. And there is a place, Ramlila Maidan in Delhi, where Anna Hazare also took his movement. There was Ramdev's movement, that place, very popular place near New Delhi railway station, near Delhi Stock Exchange, near that GB Pant Hospital. There is a ground called Ramlila Maidan. So there Jai Prakash Narayan had to start a movement. The students thronged from different parts of the country here, and Morarji Desai was supporting that movement on various issues concerning students and mass common man, including corruption, atrocities, misuse of power. Various issues were there, but specific concerns of students, movement started. Jai Prakash Narayan had to lead it. And in between, the decision of the Allahabad High Court came. Indira Gandhi had fought an appeal in the initiated appeal in the Supreme Court. Appeal was pending. She could have waited for Supreme Court's judgment. My view, my perception, my understanding, analysis of the situation says that she could have waited for the judgment of the Supreme Court. Maybe Supreme Court could have given relief to Indira Gandhi. But seeing the past scenarios, the fight started with Golaknath, Amendment 24-25. Then Supreme Court giving Keswanand Bharti judgment. So seeing the past scenarios, it was visible that legislature or executives have less trust on the judiciary. They knew, Indira Gandhi especially knew, that judgment will not come in her favor, because a climate was created, climate had been created, whose fault is not debatable. So climate had been created where the confidence of the executive legislature relationship was at very low. The trust factor was less, and then no other option existing. Because if court had given, Indira Gandhi could have felt that court may give judgment in her favor. The right thing could be that let Supreme Court decide, then I will be taking step. But without waiting for Supreme Court's judgment, that was 25th of June, I think, 1975. Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed was the president that time. In the evening, she met president. Proclamation was made in midnight, and Council of Ministers came to know in the morning. Nation awakes with emergency. So absence of harmonious relationship between the three branches of government can lead towards emergency. In fact, it is anarchical state, it is emergency state when there is a harmonious interrelationship between legislature, executive, judiciary is not existing. Okay. So what is needed beyond this three view activism related conclusions we can draw? What is needed